You know that feeling when your website is loading slower than dial-up internet because you've got 15 different plugins doing 15 different things? Yeah, I've been there too. Your dashboard looks like a plugin graveyard. Your site takes forever to load, and every time there's an update, you're holding your breath, hoping nothing breaks. Here's the thing. There's actually a way to replace most of these plugins with just one powerful extension. And today I'm showing you exactly how one plugin can clean up your plugin mess while actually making your site faster and more secure. So let's jump right in and see how this works. The plugin I'm gonna use in this video is called Nexter Extensions, the one you see on the screen right now. As you see, currently it has more than 7,000 active installations, mostly 5-star reviews. It has a free version and pro version. I'm gonna put the link to both of those in the video description. But if you wanna know what is the difference between the free and the pro version, then take a look at the resources, free versus pro, Nexter extension, and you'll see what is the difference here. Now let's switch to the dashboard. After the installation, you'll see there is a dashboard, and let's go through what is happening here. Under the theme builder, you'll see an option to create website templates for footers, headers, search results, blog details, and so on and so forth. For example, if I take a look at the header I have created, then this is the header here, and it uses regular Gutenberg blocks. Under the conditions, you can set the suitable conditions. For example, for this or that page, you can display one header, and for others, you can display other header. And the same is with other templates here. Basically, if you have ever used Elementor, then this is similar. You can create sections, headers, footers, breadcrumbs, use hooks to display customized content. You can create single pages, archive pages, and 404 pages. And this is the theme builder here. Next is code snippets. If I activate it, then I can open up the settings. I can set the editor height to auto height, and I can display the admin bar info. I'm going to save, and I'm going to show you what is a code snippets and what is a admin bar info. So let's refresh, and you'll see there is a code snippets here. When I click on it, then by default it displays 5 popular code snippets. If you have ever used any code snippets plugin, then basically this one here is built in. If I would like to disable Gutenberg editor, then I'm just gonna activate the snippet. I can choose a placement, front-end pages, entire site, entire admin area, and so on and so forth. I can schedule it, and I can use a dynamic conditional logic to use this snippet. Let's activate and update it. Now when I open up my site, you'll see there is a snippets list, and this is the activated snippet. If I go to the dashboard, code snippets, and disable this admin bar info, when I refresh the page, it won't appear here. This way you don't have to use a separate code snippets plugin. Under the utilities, there are a bunch of cool stuff here. For example, if you would like to connect your Adobe Typekit project ID to use Adobe fonts on your website, then activate this module here. As you see, it's a modularized plugin. You can activate only those modules you need. If you need to upload your own custom fonts, then activate this module, and simple font upload or variable font upload will be activated for you. If you need to use SMTP emails on your site, here's a module for you. Next one is for replacing URLs and text. You can regenerate thumbnails with this module. If you need to duplicate posts, then activate this one here under the settings. You can set up who can duplicate, who is the post author, post date, post status, and so on. What is also cool is every module has a read docs link here. If you click, it opens up the documentation about this or that, and you can read how to use the modules. What else do we have here? We have replace media module, content post order. What will it do for you? It enables a custom order for your post pages or media. That is, you can sort them as you like. The same is with the taxonomy or term orders. If you need to disable Gutenberg on your site, well, I don't know, maybe you would like to do that, then activate this module. If you need to use custom user avatars or want to enable public preview for the drafts, then these are the modules here. Some other utilities is redirect for or force. Let's activate it. And now if I need to redirect 404 4 pages, then I'm just gonna add the URL here and done. There is a rollback manager which allows to switch back or restore plugins or themes to earlier versions. Next one is admin role switcher. What will it do for you is you can view admin pages and the site as non-administrator user to test and manage user role experiences. Last one is you can activate debug mode. And those are the utilities here. Next, let's take a look at the performance options. Under the advanced performance, when I open it up, you'll see I can disable all sorts of stuff. For example, I don't use any emojis on my site, which means there is no point for this script to load. I can disable it. I can disable embeds, dash icons, remove short links, and so on and so forth. And there is also a defer CSS and JavaScript option here. Next, under the Google Fonts, you can self-host Google Fonts. If I activate it, then the Google Fonts will not be loaded from the Google servers, but they will be downloaded to my server and will be fetched from here, which is good for GDPR compliance. You can display swap, disable Google Fonts altogether, and if you need to clear Google Fonts, then there is a reset button here. Under the disable comments, there are 2 options, whether to enable, disable everywhere, or disable for specific post type. Next one is disable image sizes. Well, if you don't know, then every theme you install activates theme-based image sizes. That is, if you upload an image to your site, then WordPress itself creates different image sizes. For example, I uploaded this image and WordPress created 6 additional images because these are needed by different plugins or the theme itself, and this here allows you to disable some of those images. For example, I don't need this 2048 by 2048 pixels image to be created, so I'm gonna disable it. Next one is you can register your own custom image sizes, enter the width, height, and crop options here. Next one is revision control. If I activate it, then I can set the number of revisions here. Under the heartbeat control, I can reduce the server CPU usage by limiting or disabling the WordPress heartbeat API on selected locations, for example, WordPress dashboard, front end, or post editor. And here are the intervals. Last one under the performance is image upload optimization. If I activate it, then I can set the image max width and height and quality. So if someone uploads bigger images, then it will be resized. Okay, next one is security. And under the security, I can disable all sorts of stuff. For example, I'm going to hide the WordPress version. I'm going to disable the file editor. What it does is that if you take a look, you'll see there is a plugins file editor. Now if I save it and refresh it, then there is no such option here. What else do we have here? I'm gonna remove meta generator, remove API links. If you wanna know what is what, then over on this icon here and you can read it. So, secure cookies, last login date and time, hide email from spam bots. Awesome, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna track user registration date and time in the user list. I'm gonna hide telephone numbers and hide author URLs for security reasons. So let's save it and done. If you need to add a CAPTCHA on your site, then you can do it here. Paste your Google reCAPTCHA or Cloudflare Turnstile API keys and you can choose where to display the reCAPTCHA. If you need to activate custom login URL, then you can do it here. By default, WordPress won't allow uploading SVG files, but if you want to activate it, then just do it here and select the user roles who are allowed to do that. If you need to activate two-factor authentication on your site, then this is a nifty feature here. You can customize it for the different user roles, email, content, and there's nothing else to it. If you want to protect your content, then you can do it here. You can disable right-click, disable drag and drop, disable search hotkeys, DevTools hotkeys. You can disable Ctrl-C, Command-C, and Ctrl-V, Command-V, and all other shortcuts here. So if you don't want anybody to copy and paste the content from your site, then this is the way to go. Next one is login email notification. If you activate it, then you'll get notification when someone logs into your WordPress admin, and this way you can track any unusual activity. You can set up the user roles who will get the alerts, exclude APIs, and add the email content here. And last one under the security is you can limit login attempts here. Activate it, set the limits, and done. Next one, let's take a look at the admin interface. You can disable admin settings. So let's see what happens here. You can hide front-end admin bar, hide Teams update notification, plugin update notifications, core update notifications, admin notices, and so on and so forth. Basically, you can customize everything here. You can clean your admin bar, that is remove elements, for example, remove customize menu, comments counter, remove howdy, and some other options here. If you need wider admin menu, that is this menu here, then let's drag it all to the end, save it, refresh it, and now you'll see admin menu is much wider. I don't need it, therefore I'm gonna deactivate it, refresh it, and revert to the default settings. Next one, if you go to the plugins and install plugins, you'll see that plugins are displayed like this, sorted alphabetically. But when I display active plugins first and refresh it, then you'll see the deactivated plugins are displayed down below here. Next one, if you want to clean your user profile, then there are some options for you. That is, you can customize admin profile by removing unnecessary fields. Next module is a nifty one, that is WP admin menu organizer. I'm going to show you what happens. I'm going to activate it, refresh the page, and you'll see there is an admin menu. If I open it up, now I can reorder the menus. If I want to hide something, for example, this media menu, then I'm going to select it. Now I'm going to hide always for all user roles or some user roles. But for the demonstration, I'm going to hide it for all user roles. I'm going to save it, refresh it, and you'll see there is no media menu here. When I deactivate it and save it, refresh it, it's back again. You can rename the menus, reorder them, add separators, and organize it as you like. Now, where were we? Admin interface. Last one, branded WP admin, that is login page and admin page. These are the options here. You can add your own logo, background images, set the width and heights, and done. Okay, let's move on. Next is extra options. There is a rollback plugin. You can roll back your Nexter extension. If you have a Pro Unlimited site plan, then you can white label this. If you're using a Nexter theme, and I'm gonna talk about it a bit later, then there is a link to the theme customizer. You can import and export settings, and under the more products, you'll see some links to the products the same company offers. And yeah, that's basically the Nexter extension. As you saw, one plugin does it all. You don't need separate plugins for security or performance. This handles it all. All right, those are the core modules that replace all those individual plugins. But here's where things get really interesting, the design side. I'm about to show you the Nexter blocks and design kit that let you import entire website designs with just a few clicks. Next, I'm going to give you a short overview on how to use the Nexter for creating sites, and that is, we're going to use a Nexter Gutenberg blocks plugin. As with the Nexter extension, it also has a Pro version. If you want to know what are the difference between Nexter blocks free and Pro, then once again take a look at this page I mentioned earlier. Now I have Nexter blocks installed, so let's go to the dashboard, and you'll see we have blocks menu here. There are all blocks. You can filter the free blocks, freemium blocks, and pro blocks. As with the Nexter extension, you can activate and deactivate only those blocks you want to use. For example, I don't need any data tables, therefore I can deactivate it. The same goes with number counter and pricing table. If I don't need them, then I'm gonna deactivate. There is a nifty scan unused blocks button. If you click on it, it displays unused blocks count. For my site, it says 54 unused blocks found. When I click on disable unused blocks, you'll see it will disable all the blocks I haven't used anywhere on my site. You can search blocks and you can disable or enable all the blocks here. Next is WordPress templates, and you can import pre-designed website templates made with Nexter blocks, and later I'm gonna show you how to use it. Under the extra options there are settings, that is you can connect your Google Maps API key, once again disable Google fonts and all sorts of other stuff here. For example, enable Ajax templates, disable dash icons, enable lazy rendering, which is SEO friendly, disable template button. What is a template button? It is this button on your site editor. Under the performance, you can delay third-party JavaScript and defer CSS and JavaScript. You can add your own custom CSS and JavaScript, rollback plugin. Once again, white label options for unlimited site plan. I don't have it, therefore I'm gonna skip it. And there is a theme builder. You can create advanced header builder, footer, breadcrumbs, bar, and so on. This is the part I showed you before. That is this one here. You can use it to create your own templates. Now when we take a look at the patterns here, then you can import your own patterns or add patterns. Just give it a name, save it, and done. There is one nifty feature I really like, and that is, let's take a look at the starter templates. Let's open up a random template here, live preview. And when I scroll down, you'll see there is a copy button here. I can copy elements from the sites. For example, let's copy this one here. As you see, it's GT templates wpdesignkit.com, but this is my own site, which sits in my computer next to local. When I go to the pages, add page, give it a title, for example, demo. Now I'm gonna click here and there is a paste icon. When I click here, it will paste this section with all the content to my page. So if you like something on the starter template pages or demos, then just copy and paste and done. So let's publish it and let's go back. Now there is a design kit. When I click on it, you'll see there are hundreds of templates here. You can browse templates, widgets, you can browse snippets, manage workspaces, and under the general settings, there are features manager. That is, you can activate design template widget builder on code snippets. Under the design templates, you can activate whether to display only Gutenberg page builders. But if you have Elementor installed, you can also display Elementor page builder templates. The same is with widgets, but there is also Bricks widget builder. Under the remove database, if you activate it, then you can delete the info from the database. And once again, rollback and white label options. Now let's go back to the design kit and let's import a site. Just to speed it up, I'm gonna open up one random template. As you see, once again, I can copy from the demo itself, or I can add a site name, demo1, click next. Now I can choose what will I import. E-commerce, performance options, dynamic content, security options, extras. I'm not gonna import security or e-commerce options, only performance options. I've read this and I wanna continue, so next. Now I can choose whether to import the demo content. And as you see, there is a coming soon for generate personalized content, but this is coming later this year. Let's click next and it will import my site. It imported global settings, plugin settings, theme settings. Now it sets up pages and layout. Now it says success, your website is ready. So it took approximately 30 seconds or so. Let's preview the site. And what do you know? With a couple of clicks, I just imported the whole site. Now there is nothing for me to do but just customize the content, add menus, remove the content I don't need, and done. Now when I open up the page itself, you'll see it's a regular Gutenberg editor. It uses Nexter blocks. If you click, then you'll see that there are all the customization options for you. Layout, style, extra options, and advanced options. Tons of customization options for every block. If you click on the plus button, you'll see Nextr blocks here, and those are the blocks I have activated. But as I said before, you can deactivate it as you like. If you want to import any templates, then click here and do the same as I did before. If you want to save the template, then click here. But in order to do that, you need a Nextr account. At the moment, I'm going to skip this part. On top, you'll see this Nextr customizer option. If you click on it, you'll see the global presets here and some extra settings. Now, one more thing. While it imported the template, it also installed a Nextr theme to my site. And when you go to the Nextr extension dashboard, extra options, earlier I showed you there is a theme customizer. You'll see these are the options here. But as always, you can go to the appearance and customize. And there you go. These are your customizer options here. General options, container, header, footer, and so on and so forth. But since the goal of this video wasn't to show you how to use the Nextr theme, but instead I wanted to show you the Nextr extension and how will it replace 50 plus plugins for you, then I'm gonna skip this part. And there you have it. One extension that replaces a dozen plugins and actually makes your site faster. The Nextr extension really does simplify everything from performance tweaks to design templates, and as you saw, getting it set up takes just a few minutes. Now, if this saved you some time and headaches, hit that like button to let me know this was useful. I'll catch you in the next one with more WordPress tips.